Good afternoon, everybody. This is Cameron Williams. I am here with my co-host. Please introduce yourself.
I am Taylor Harris, and this is Gametime, part of Glasshouse Radio, which is a part of Howard University Radio Network.
Now, on today's show, we will be talking about the latest moves of the sports leagues, such as the NFL and the NBA, and the players and owners within them. Now, sports are no longer just about the skills and the latest scores. We're discussing new drug policies, domestic violence, racism, and all of that, serious and not serious stuff. So first up is J.J. Watt and his big deal. Taylor, you want to let them know what's going on with him?
Yes, he is making a lot of money. He just signed a $100 million contract, which is split up over 6 years. And that is a lot of money.
That's guap.
It's a lot of money. He Googled, what do rich people buy? I guess he just didn't know what to do with it.
We're average people, so
right.
For the average person, $100 million is like
is everything. Like
hitting the lotto times 5. So I just imagine myself putting all of that on my bed,
right.
Waking up in the morning, diving in it, and I don't even know if I'll spend it.
I think I'll put about $80 million in the bank. First off, probably go shopping with about
Set
$20
yourself
million.
up a little bit.
Right, but it's just crazy, $100 million. It's over 6 years, so it's not like he's just gonna go to the bank or go to the NFL office and just get $100 million.
That's real. I heard someone spent a hell of a lot of money on a crocodile suit, like it was made out of alligator skin or something, and the boots.
Sure it wasn't shoes? It was
crazy.
A suit.
It was a suit. If I read it correctly, it was early in the morning when I saw it, so maybe I was a little.
That's
tired.
crazy, but I believe it. I've seen some crazy things that athletes spend money on, but NFL players are known for going broke. After they retire, I think it was 78% of players going broke after 5 years. Yeah. All those millions and it's gone. That's crazy.
Warren Sapp, I remember he went broke, filed for bankruptcy. Who else did? Andre Rison,
a
bunch of people. And to me, it's weird because football players get paid every Tuesday.
Yeah.
You get a check every Tuesday.
Yeah.
So how do you go broke spending
acting
money
like
that
you never had it before?
That just show you it's some real people
That's crazy. I don't know. It happens to a lot of people. They said 78%. So it ain't just one person that's doing it. Obviously, it's just history of not knowing how to handle your money.
Yeah. Well, J.J. Watt is lucky that the Texans weren't playing the Niners because they just took over the Cowboys Stadium when they
did.
They played, and
My
they were
Dallas
away.
Cowboys, man.
It said there were 91,174 fans in attendance, and that more than half of them were 49er fans.
That's crazy. And they asked Jerry Jones what he thought about it, and I think he acted, kind of played dumb. He said, "I don't recall."
My thing with Jerry Jones is I would feel like he wouldn't even care because there's more money coming in, and he seems really money hungry to me.
You would think he would care, have a winning team, like this. A crowd can have a big impact.
Yeah, that's real.
Half the crowd, and this is an NFL game,
That's real.
I don't know, that's crazy to me. I remember in high school when my high school team was playing Flower Mound Marcus. There was Marcus Smart was on the team, and Flower Mound Marcus crowd was crazy. They were like the sixth man. We were scared to cheer. Their crowd was intense, and you talking about half. That's a crowd can have a big impact. Seriously.
Yeah, I when I played sports, I would have problems playing with in games where there's not a lot of fans there because it's too quiet for me. If it's too quiet, I feel like the game is boring and I'm not doing it. I feel like practice.
I actually liked it. I used to play volleyball. I liked it when it was quiet. I like when nobody came to our games because I could concentrate.
They got all the guys at your game.
Nah. See,
and we all
it
know
wasn't
why.
even. I wasn't even thinking about all that.
But to me, what rang a bell with the Niners and Cowboys, it's similar to how the Lakers and Clippers are back home. Because whenever I go to a Clippers game, that's supposed to be home, but they share the same court. So it's always more Laker fans than Clipper fans at their game.
Well, I mean, but it's LA though. You talking about California, and these fans came all the way from Cali to Texas. That's crazy. Like they just, you know, I guess Niners fans got money like that.
But Texas is like a big football state.
It is. Football is religion in Texas.
They breed football players and big ones and good ones.
Right, corn-fed.
There's
That's
something
what they say,
in the
right?
food or water. Something out there in Texas. Well, Penn State was supposed to serve a 4-year ban, but
Right.
now that it's
2 years,
lifted,
right?
yeah, it got cut to 2 years. So I mean, I just feel like that was too early. Like they didn't really go through anything.
Yeah, well, they did have to pay a $60 million fine.
Well, okay, yeah. I heard some of the
Lot of
money
money.
that they may have to be donated to charities or victims of sexual abuse
Right.
and stuff. So I mean, I don't know if that's a punishment. That's like helping them serve a good deed.
Right.
But
right. And I think Penn State, they're going to be playing Rutgers soon. You know, Howard, we just played them too, so.
yeah,
It's a little game.
they did pretty good. I'm proud of the Howard Bison. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. We'll be talking about them later, though. You know, much later.
And then sticking with college football, Coach June Jones, he's SMU's football coach. He resigned.
Yeah, after 2 bad losses.
Terrible losses.
I mean, I don't know. After 2, I don't think that was, you know, enough time to just say, like, you know, no, I can't do it anymore. But, I mean, when he resigned initially, I don't know if he changed it, but initially he said that it was for personal reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you know, personal reasons, quotation marks, you know.
Well, to me, I felt like he did it last minute because that reason you could kind of pull out of your hat. You feel me? Like,
yeah,
you can resign and that be the first thing you think of as a reason to why you resign.
right. And I mean, he's not a bad coach. I mean, I remember reading he was the most like winningest coach in Hawaii. He had like a 76-41 record. So I mean, not a bad coach. But I mean, I don't know. Sometimes when incidents like that happen, I'm wondering like, should all the blame go to the coach? But it's like, who else you gonna put the blame on? Though?
Yeah, that's true. He's the one that everyone knows about. And, well, he did pretty good with SMU, though. Like, the last 4 out of 5 seasons, he took them to bowl games.
Right,
so that's saying a lot, you know?
Yeah, against Georgia last year. But, I mean, think about, you know, Mike Brown with the Lakers, too. You know, like, I don't feel like he had enough time, you know, but he was fired. It was different.
I feel the same way. Mike Brown they cut him no slack at all.
Nah.
They threw him to the Wolves after 4 games.
It was 4. Games. And so June Jones was at 2.
That's only 2. I mean, when you lose bad like that, you get the attitude that you want to not keep going, but it's 2 games. You know, it's a 12, 14 game season. You got a lot more ahead of you.
I guess that's better than, you know, like quitting about halfway through the season.
Yeah. But at least, I mean, I don't know. I feel like he could have stayed and stuck it out because they were on the come up. But now it might take a long time.
0-45 against Baylor.
43-6 against North Texas. North Texas, though.
Hey.
I don't think they're not ranked. I just found out when they played SMU.
Oh, wow.
So
I remember, I think Deion Sanders' son was playing for North Texas. That's the only reason I knew because I follow him on Twitter. You know, and I was looking. He was like, yeah, my son. I was like, oof.
Oh, that's good.
Shout
out to them.
Tore him up.
That's one of the best. So he has to be good. It's pressure on him.
Yeah. It usually don't work out that way. I mean, like Michael Jordan's son, you know.
Oh, my God. Don't get me started. Please don't.
Gosh.
I feel like Michael Jordan disowned them now because people consider him the greatest basketball player ever. Yeah. Then your children aren't even.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to look up to, though. Like, if your dad is Michael Jordan, like, you have no choice but to play basketball, first of all. You have no choice but to be at least halfway decent. True. So, I mean, I want to see LeBron's kids, though. You know, they little now. Oh, yeah. But you see on the commercials when they dunk? Like,
yeah, they killing stuff out there. They already training. They training with him and D-Wade's kids. And yeah. I mean, that's probably going to stop now.
I think they're going to be good, though, you know.
Yeah. They got some way out there names. Like Bryce Maximus. And
LeBron Jr.
Okay, well, that's fine. That's
LeBron Jr.
We could go with LeBron Jr. Next, tackling up high. There's players offering to, pay defenders fines in the NFL.
That's That's crazy. It's like I remember reading. They said, you know, hit them high, they could possibly have a concussion. Hit them low, you know, they out for a career. It's like, what are your options? Like,
Yeah, I mean, well, the offensive players are saying they'd rather be hit high because, you know, low hits lead to worse injuries and stuff.
I'm
in
saying,
careers.
I just rather not be hit at all. Just like concussion versus, you know, career. I mean, okay, yeah, you probably want a concussion, but that's crazy. And they're offering to pay, like, please, like begging them before the game, like, please don't hit me.
Yeah.
Like,
and I know a few defenders. They said Michael Griffin of the Titans, Tennessee Titans, a player asked him, just hit me up high during the game. And I mean, I don't know if he carried that out because of the rules, but a lot of players, when I'm watching it, I see them get hit in the knees and stuff. And
that's crazy. It's crazy you have to beg somebody, please hit me in the head. Like, what? Please hit me in the head.
It's suicidal.
Like, that's crazy. But I mean, I don't know how you feel as a player when you end somebody's career, though. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's a sensitive question too. Like when reporters ask somebody, like, how do you feel? You just ended his career, you know?
Yeah,
like,
I would feel pretty bad.
I mean, that's his job. You know, that's their job, though.
All right, so I want to remind you that this is Glasshouse Radio, a part of Howard University Radio Network, and I thank you guys for tuning in to Gametime.